Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5.
Famine has been confirmed in Gaza City and its surrounding area for the first time. That's according to a UN-backed food security body. The IPC says more than 500,000 people in the Strip are facing starvation, destitution and death, with catastrophic conditions projected to expand to Deir al-Balah and Khan Yunis next month. Israel's foreign ministry rejects the report, saying there is no famine in Gaza. UN Chief Antonio Guterres says the crisis is a man-made disaster, as he calls for unrestricted humanitarian access to Gaza.
Surgical insults and traumatic insults lead to this catabolic state where patients become even more thin and suck up all of their fat and muscles. This compounds any malnutrition that's already present and makes healing virtually impossible. That manifests as bowel leaks, infections, and other issues related to actual healing, whether it's the abdominal wall or on the inside.
The top diplomat of the European Union has warned against pushing Ukraine to give up territory to Russia as part of a future peace deal. Kaja Kallas said letting Russia keep Ukrainian territories was a trap that Putin wants us to walk into. The Donbas region in eastern Ukraine has long been contested by Russia, with military aggression forcing 1.5 million Ukrainians to flee over the past decade. Ukraine has consistently rejected conceding the Donbas to the Kremlin in exchange for peace, though Mr. Trump stressed the need for swapping of territories. At least 18 people have been killed and dozens wounded in 2 separate attacks in Colombia, deepening the country's most serious security crisis in decades. 6 people died and more than 60 were injured after a car bomb exploded on a busy street in the western city of Cali in Colombia. Earlier, a separate drone attack against a police helicopter killed at least 12 people in a rural area outside the northwestern city of Medellin. Sri Lanka's former president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, has been arrested in connection with the alleged misuse of funds. The charge relates to trips he took abroad while serving as president. Wickremesinghe served as president from 2022 to 2024, stepping into the role after the country's worst-ever economic crisis triggered a popular uprising, causing his predecessor to flee. He was widely credited with helping put the island back on the road to economic recovery. India's Supreme Court has modified its previous order, asking authorities in Delhi and its suburbs to move all stray dogs into shelters amid widespread protests by animal welfare groups. The 3-judge bench said that strays should be released after being vaccinated and sterilised, but added that dogs with rabies or aggressive behaviour should be immunised and kept in shelters. The court also banned the feeding of stray dogs in public spaces and ordered dedicated areas to be set up for the purpose. Life-threatening rip currents and other dangers brought to the US East Coast by nearby Hurricane Erin will last for at least a couple of days as the storm continues to head north. The storm has already soaked parts of the Atlantic coastline, including the North Carolina Outer Banks, a system of barrier islands. High winds and tropical storm conditions can be expected in the mid-Atlantic and southern New England coast. New Jersey has declared a state of emergency.
Don't drown, turn around. We do not want you to become a casualty of Hurricane Erin.
We're always ready for this. We always want to prepare for the worst, hope for the best.
Waves that are expected to be between 10 and 15 feet, which are very large. So that is why, out of an abundance of caution, we will not allow people on the beach or in the water today.
And dust scooped up from an asteroid by a NASA spacecraft 200 million miles from Earth has been found to contain material that is older than our Sun. The first major study of the chemistry of the asteroid Bennu identified pre-solar grains, stardust that condensed around dying stars billions of years ago. An international team of scientists, including some from London's Natural History Museum, say the samples are a snapshot of the early solar system, more pristine than any meteorite on Earth.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.